and all these places in the city. And we're all foodies. And a thing that I realized is in upscale dining, a lot of the time they go for simplicity, not fun. And here I wanted to focus more on more fun. And I feel like that's what makes us different from a lot of like traditional steakhouses that are only focused on like old school Italian recipes or German or Irish or French. I think we're a lot more creative and more fun.
A lot of our audience is fine dining or it's Broadway tourism.
Mhm.
So for someone who's coming into Manhattan, maybe they're visiting their kids at Fordham or NYU, but they're planning on going to a steakhouse, they're planning on going to see some Broadway shows. You're
Yeah.
close, but you're not as close. Help us understand why they should get down the subway and take a 10-minute drive and come see you. Tell us, why should they skip out on the steakhouse and come see you instead?
Can I?
Yeah, so he's just the marketing genius over here. He loves talking about this stuff.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of traditional steakhouses because the main, I guess, selling point a lot of them have, especially in Manhattan, is oh, we source the best quality meat, only salt and pepper necessary. And I feel like if I wanted to have a good steak with just salt and pepper, I would make it at home. Um, and I feel like that, and I've been to my family's been in the hospitality industry for many years. My dad worked in Spice Market. He worked for John George for a couple of years. He also was the opening bartender at Gansford Hotel, and all these places in the city. And we're all foodies. And a thing that I realized is in upscale dining, a lot of the time they go for simplicity, not fun. And here I wanted to focus more on more fun. And we like, for example, the churrasco, since you've come here, has is Wagyu churrasco. We serve American Wagyu churrasco. And a lot of Latino steakhouses don't do that, for churrasco. They just do a cheap cut of skirt steak, but we're doing Wagyu, you know? We also like to give you an experience of not just one type of Latino cuisine. We give people an experience of, you know, different types of different cultures and food and music from different parts of Latin America, which I feel like is very unique to New York. And it's something that you won't really find anywhere else. Not only that, there's always something to do here. Um, on a Wednesday night afterwards, we do like karaoke on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. We turn into a Latino nightclub, so you would have dinner and a party if you wanted to.
Live music as
You know,
well.
you could have fun with your kids if you really wanted to.
You
But
know,
but if I was gonna just focus on the food, um, when I moved here from Australia, I had a lot of family that was from Mexico, and I had a huge culture shock with that. And I didn't know what a churrasco was, what ceviche was, and what different types of Latino cuisines were. And for me, I tried all the different restaurants to try and get a feel for it. And now if I go to any Latin restaurant, I will know like, oh, okay, I know my way around a menu. And I feel like this restaurant for me at least was I wanted to give people that experience. Basically, come to one place, have an experience of all over Latin America, all the different beautiful, vibrant cuisines and cultures. And the next time you visit another restaurant or go to another venue, you'll always have a jumping off point. Like, oh, I've had this at Republic. Okay, so I know what this is, type of thing, you know? And I feel like that's what makes us different from a lot of like traditional steakhouses that are only focused on like old school Italian recipes or German or Irish or French. I think we're a lot more creative and more fun.
yeah, just kind of like all
Love that.
encompassing Latin America in general, you know. So
Yeah.
music, obviously the playlist, we curate them ourselves. Um, the bar, um, very focused, highly focused on Latin spirits. We get a lot of questions like almost every day about like, oh, what's pisco? What's cachaça? Tell me about this rum, you know, like why is this different from just like regular rum? So that also is like another reason for people to come and like check us out and like what makes us different and stand out from the area. And to be honest, there's not a lot of Latin restaurants here. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants. So
Exactly.
that goes back to the point that we Saeed made earlier, about the research we did in the neighborhood. There's like one upscale fine dining Peruvian restaurant in the area, and then maybe and just a bunch of like casual Mexican restaurants, and like maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3 like upscale casual Mexican restaurants. So there was no representation of like Latino culture in this part of
Outside of
Williamsburg
those.
because it used to be a very like influential Puerto Rican neighborhood, and everybody kind of moved south to South Williamsburg, and the Puerto Ricans all over there now. So kind of like, uh trying to bring some of that culture in the area back.